The times in life I think that we would benefit a lot more if we chose to observe rather than to just absorb. Like, and even in that case, I feel like, don't observe, appreciate. It's one thing to, be able to observe your surroundings and not take things personal, which I think is a great baseline. I think we should all start with that. I feel like the way we as a society derive self worth and worth in our identity is kind of posited in a lot of external nonsense. Like sometimes the way you interact with people, the type of stuff you get, what you see in the media, and how it relates to you. I don't think we should ever derive our worth out of some comparison to anyone other than ourselves. Your growth is, akin to you, who you are as a person. It's not necessarily um, relatable. Not in the sense that like your struggles and your problems aren't relatable, but in a sense that no one else is you. Like they're not. So it's not worth comparison. There are no grounds for comparison in those ways. I mean, I get it with some types of expression, like maybe someone can I don't know, some random to solve a Rubik's cube or something faster, But that's different. I'm talking about the way we worth ourselves, not our application of self. I feel like the way we worth self, the way we attribute things to ourselves is somewhat detrimental to who we are. In saying, observe and don't internalize, I mean, I feel like a lot of times we view the external world as us, and to some extent it's true. Like a man sees in the world what he carries in his heart. But that's part of the problem. If we're fixated on our own negativity and letting our own negativity project into the world and sort of bias a lot of the things around us, then that's all we're gonna ever be able to see. You can't stop seeing that type of stimulation if you're constantly the one putting it out there. So sometimes it takes us to not internalize our surroundings. It takes us to just observe them, just look, realize what is a product of how you are and what is a product of the actual reality. I feel like a lot of things are a product of who we are. Certain situations, certain people, circumstances. A lot of the negativity in our own life is somewhat caused by the way our mind works. And I'm not saying that for everything. Of course, there are people who suffer like very inherently morally wrong issues. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about just the mundane stuff we deal with day to day. In all things, I found that appreciation is some of the best work we could do for ourselves. In saying appreciate, don't observe, or don't observe, appreciate, I'm saying like take it one step further. Once you're able to just observe a situation and not take it personally, instead of, because we're divesting from the negative, start investing in the positive. Just appreciate. Just appreciate just because you can appreciate. Sometimes you got to wake up in the morning and just be thankful that you did. Not everybody gets that luxury. You know, you take up space, might as well use it. I said it to myself all the time. There's so much potential and possibility to your life, and it's your life. You're the only one who gets to live it. You're the only one who gets to reap the rewards of your own potential. So you might as well, invest in yourself and do something with it. There's a lot that can be lost in our inability to act and our inability to realize what is within ourselves and how we can be better. There are many philosophers who talked about stuff like this. Let me think. In the book I'm reading called Becoming Supernatural, it talks about this. It's some like we have to kind of give the world the connotation that we want. It's not about trying to see the connotation. It's about giving it. And I'm not saying like just be delusional if something's bad. I mean, if you have the option to see something that's good, then that's what you should do. Protecting your own peace is in some ways I feel like also akin to that. realizing when something serves you, realizing when something doesn't, realizing when putting energy into something is going to take your energy away. Sometimes you got to take a step back on that, and that's not a negative thing. I'm not saying you have to turn every situation around. Just sometimes you got to step outside those situations too. Not everything is for you. Not everything is related to you. So it's okay to take those step back sometimes. You know, not everything has to be taken personally, especially if the thing you're taking it from doesn't know you personally. I feel like you're probably gonna know yourself best, and if you don't, that's the whole point. You should start to getting to know yourself, because then you can realize, if you're taking in something that's not for you, like whether or not the negativity you face, in this day, is actually related to who you are as a person, or is it related to just some random chance or the way you perceive the situation. In practicing gratitude and practicing appreciation, we open the doors to a lot. You know, we open the doors to ourselves and some of the, I feel like, hidden aspects of who we are. Once you learn to appreciate, yourself as a baseline, you appreciate the whole world. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, in my experience, um, just learning how to like appreciate the way I am and who I am as a person, I was able to, just go out and experience life in a way I haven't never before. It felt like a second like awakening, second waking up, realizing that not everything has to be taken serious, realizing that I don't have to take, all aspects of myself serious. Like I can let myself go. I can let myself just be. But also, realizing that, you have responsibilities, you have things you have to do, you have to be mature. That's no issue. I feel like there's a balance that we can find. And I feel like a lot of people don't try to see that balance, or they don't see that balance initially. Your ability to, somewhat live in two worlds, but like exist now at the same time. Without relating this to like the past or the present, appreciation is like an all time thing. When you get nostalgic, you can appreciate that instead of being bummed out. When you get, anxious towards the future, you can be appreciative. You can be appreciative of, your potential futures, and making sure you're investing, what you want into your own mental projection of the future. Not thinking, oh, in the future I'm about to be worse off, or in the future I'm about to fail this test, or I'm gonna do something like this. It's about, in the future I'll be straight. I'll be even better than I am now. And it's about better than I am now. Not I'll be better, I'll be great then. It's about knowing that you're already there now, and you're just waiting for it to unfold into the future. It's about appreciating instead of observating. You can't just look at something and always derive your own worth and appreciation and good feeling from it. You're not gonna feel good every time you look at something. Sometimes it takes conscious choices to be appreciative and have that positive mindset that's actually going to benefit you as a person, which I feel like a lot of people don't have the time to do. And I feel like I myself haven't really had the time to do it a lot recently until yesterday. I had to get back to that, not necessarily isolation, but taking the time with yourself to understand what you need in the moment. I feel like a life can catch us in its cycles and, really get to who we are. But as long as we realize when we need to take those steps back, when we need to prioritize ourselves, then life is easy, man. Easy in the sense that once you stop worrying about yourself, worrying about your own development in a way, and just trusting that you'll get better, you'll grow, and it's not something that needs to be a stress thing. Everything in life kind of fizzles out in terms of its severity. Once you learn to appreciate yourself, it's like, I feel like most of the negativity we get from the world is in relation to who we are. It's in relation to ourselves and how we relate to it. But once you stop relating yourself to it, relating yourself to the comparison to other people, to other circumstances, take that step back, then it's just you versus you. And if you appreciate you, then there's nothing you're against. Everything is for you in a way. Like, it's for you to experience, for you to endure, for you to whatever. Sometimes I just do stuff just to experience it, just to understand like different parts of life. He who thinks the journey is over is truly lost. I don't think I'm ever going to get to a point where I think I 100% know myself. There are plenty of experiences and things I have yet to encounter that I know I can benefit from, that I know I can learn from, grow from, etc. So it's about, not keeping yourself stuck in that mentality, but also realizing how much you can do with your appreciation. Just giving it to the situation, just embodying somewhat how you want to see the world, or how you want to feel about the world. It's all about feeling. Realizing that how you feel about it, how you feel is going to impact your thoughts, and your thoughts is going to impact, how you perceive your reality. So start with trying to feel appreciative. Start with, like simple stuff. Gratitude every morning, gratitude every night. Say stuff you're grateful for. Never say stuff you're ungrateful for. Just be grateful for stuff you have and be grateful for stuff you have yet to have. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm not wearing a black shirt today. I had to switch it up. But I really appreciate all of y'all. Not gonna lie. I had a conversation with one of y'all yesterday. And it's just great to be able to connect. I know I'm lacking on a Discord servers right now. I'm gonna try to get back to that. I really haven't had I've been rather busy, but I'm about to get back to that. Set up some stuff probably right after I'm done with this video. But all in all, I appreciate all of you genuinely from the bottom of my heart. It feels great to be able to connect with y'all and understand y'all lives to a different degree, and also understand myself, through you in a way, which I hope you guys are getting from me if you're, watching this and understanding it. But be intentional. Enjoy your day and keep moving forward.